Everything seems to be ship shape. Microphone, good. Music be good. And it's a good Monday. Which means it's a good day to stretch it out. It's also a good day to get some biddies from Lucky. Thank you so much. 100 biddies on the way. Ah, that's good stuff. This is good stuff. Hey there, heroes! My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber and a professional idea haver, and this is the Daily Grind. Today is April 27th, 2026. We're almost done with the end of the month. Almost done with the end of the month. Patch 7.5 comes out for Final Fantasy tomorrow, which means I'm not going to get the chance to play any Final Fantasy tonight, so no. Last chance and all that. I might actually just spend like some time doing PvP today. I'm definitely gonna do Frontlines for sure. But then I need to see if I can queue into like some extra PvP, see if I can get like the last steps to get them out. If not, that's fine, whatever. Don't really care that much, but I should at least do that. At least do that much. Whew. Rough weekend. Very rough weekend. I was playing Liza P last night, and I realized, I am not having a good time right now because I am panicking too much. I'm not in the right mindset to do this. And it doesn't help that I've got the May playthrough coming up. The May playthrough, for those who don't know, we're gonna be doing a not quite community event, but it is something that I wanted to do with a bunch of people that happen to be in my community. We're gonna play Dragon Quest XI after Lucky gifted it to me around Christmas time. Speaking of, quote from Lucky, I'd say happy Monday, but I had work at 5 a.m. today. I feel so bad for you. That feels so awful. I'm so my sympathies, man. My sympathies. Jesus Christ, I hated getting up when I had to do that, and my husband has to do that for his job. It's just hate it. Absolutely hate it. Coming up in May, though. Be Dragon Quest time. Incidentally, we got a 750 today. It's cast green or blue spells, so we're going to be playing a green-blue deck to maximize on that. Alternatively, we could just play a green deck or a blue deck. I probably wouldn't mind playing some Titania, now that I think. Let's take a look. We can either play like a blue-green deck, or we can play a straight-up green deck. If green deck isn't outside of the question. Definitely don't mind playing Titania. There's some new stuff I theoretically wanted to try out. Let me take a look at. Let's see. Ooh. Pull out the shared roots from Avatar. Put in the versus within version of shared roots. Feel good about that. Weather Maker. Got some stuff to try and like make it work. I gotta remember that we have the Dark Dust combo, and we can work towards Dark Dust combo. That's pretty good. I don't mind playing more Titania too. I'm kind of into. Actually, hold on. Let me double check and make sure that there's anything from. At least it's nice and quiet in the store that early since you're still closed. But yeah, if you're awake at 5 a.m. and you'd rather be because you were up from the night before. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? God, I don't know that I could even like stay up that long, even if I was staying up because of that. You know what I mean? Veil of the Summer, Shared Roots, Knockout. Awaken the Woods. This is a different version of a card I'm pretty sure I have, but not. Double check the Secrets of Strixhaven. There's some okay stuff here. I don't think we need too much of this. Like cool mold. Whenever we gain life, put a growth counter. There are 5 more growth counters. Every creature gets +3/+3. This is a cool card, but it doesn't do quite enough on its own. Like we gain life with the Tanya, but I don't think that's what we want. And Build 7, put a creature. There's an argument that the Basswood Scavenger could be okay. But I'm also not trying to, like, ultramax here. The Planetary Engineering isn't. This is just sack 2 lands, search your library for 4 basics, put them onto the battlefield tapped. It's not like we're playing, like, a huge amount of basics, weirdly enough. We are, in fact, playing 13 basics. See, you just care there's 4 more lands. We have, like, so... We are a landfall dot deck, actually. Experiments, solution. Termination Practicum. This is an interesting. Because this could actually lead it. But I don't think there's all that much for us here. Doesn't look like it. But I'm fine with the main change just being updating the art card. Especially if it gets to be a swapped card. I have a little bit of an issue with shared roots getting the nod in this sheet. Because, like, we just had Avatar. But it is like an in-universe version of Avatar, so say lovey. I still explore Elvish Mystic, Emerald Medallion. I get to go first. I'll keep this. It doesn't have anything to deal with High Bay, but if we go like super wide with Royal, we can probably make that work. So if we play the Medallion, we don't get to double spell. Right? That's going to be like 5 mana total. I'll have 3 here. But then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be something. I can also just like start beating it with Titania if I go in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's 5. I don't have like an extra end drop. I think I'm just playing to time now. It feels like a weird thing to say. I definitely want to hold on to this Riveteer's Outlook until after we have Zendikar Royal out. Even then, after ISO Explorer's gone out. So right now I can still just kind of develop my board. Oh, hey, they can just shoot the mist. Does that change anything? So then, let's think about it. I bet he's going to come down next. This gives me an extra land drop. So, go ahead. I'll play the ISO Explorer now. Pass turn from that. Yes. Yep, the Elvish Mystic gets shot. I guess I'll drop the Emerald Medallion. Nah, maybe I should have. Maybe I was supposed to drop the Overlook here because I forgot that the elf was gonna. Windswept Heath help. I can drop the Royal Net, and then I'll have like an extra land drop to start getting things going there. Also, not a bad idea. The sequencing on this is just weird. This is gonna be currently 4. I can get there. It's just, again, awkward to set up. Yeah. I think, unfortunately, the Archer's going to go ahead, crack this net. Grab Forest. Oh, there's Pits of Offering, which is something. I think I'm gonna. Then we're just gonna pass the turn. Yep, they do get to shoot that. And this is going to drain me for life. Drain me. Honestly, it's a bigger issue because it pads their life rather than because it drains mine. Kingdom of Light. Okay, not as big of an issue. So... Oh, motherfucker! God damn it! Okay, that is actually a problem. I'm gonna crack this windswept teeth now. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my gate. But that rest in peace actually just works up everything. Yep, and I lose my Thespian Sage, so we're not going to Dark Depths combo anytime soon. You hate this. The Sage at the top, one time? No. Okay, then let's go ahead and... That's a Landwar Elf. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it up. Rest in peace is just like... The only way I really fight through that, if I manage to loot my fetch lands. Like, fighting through High Bay itself, I can try and get through there by looping all my fetch lands going wider than they can. But if I don't have access to my graveyard, because Rest in Peace is in play, and I just don't find a Naturalize, then we're shit out of luck. It's another High Bay deck, but, you know, what are the odds that they're going to have Rest in Peace off the bat? Origin of Metal Benny's cool. Sylvan Safekeeper helps a lot. This is slow, though. Like, really slow. Like, I can go turn 1 Safekeep. The Hail Swipe isn't going to do anything until they play a Mana Dork, which I guess I can do on my second turn. Sylvan Scrying. I don't think this hand does enough. This one is testy, but at least I've got turn 1 Mana Dork to match their turn 1 Mana Dork. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, with a High Bay deck, they do just want to, like, mulligan to a turn 1 every time, and because they're 5 color, they can play all of the Mana Dorks. So just, you need to make sure that you have some sort of turn 1 interaction there. They got Sterling Grove too, so guaranteed High Bay next turn. I've got this Besage that I would love to play out as a land, but I don't think I have that option. I can go Scouring Stroso. No, I want to get Palantir going. Tribute to the World Tree and Cryptic Caves. I want to make sure I draw a land next turn, so we'll leave it on top exactly as is. Yep, they almost always just, like, take the damage. Go to the... Alright, no whammies, no whammies. That's... Northern Air Temple is actually just, like, one of the strongest shrines they could have hit. Yep, they're going to Cloud Shift High Bay immediately, so Northern Air Shrine is going to get another target. It's going to be the Fire Shrine, too. Okay, then what am I doing here? Got Sylvan Scrying. I can play Titania. I've got Pock potentially coming up too. By Sylvan Scrying now, I only have 2 mana to work with. Alright. Shaya and Flare of Cultivation. I'm fine with either option, because then I can get a Shaya and then get more stuff going, so Sapling Nursery's online. The Northern Air Temple is going to just, like, temporarily make it so that way the orb isn't dealing as much damage as I would like it to be. That this is a good one. Yep. Turns all their enchantments. It's going to be 1-1. Momentary Blink. Okay. High Bay gets to grab yet another. So that's 3 shrines in play. So this is now shooting me for, what, 3? Emerald Medallion. You're just a wee bit late, I think. But you are also how I keep up here. so there's Medallion. Here's Sylvan Scram. We're gonna go ahead and grab Argoth. Trying to or I could grab the Lowe's Field, but the Lowe's grab Nick. Also pumps out a lot of mana fast. I think I care about potentially trying to get Big Lady tap. Alright. Hold on to your butts. This thing's gonna shoot for 3. So I'm just gonna lose Front Neck Tucko and Caves. I don't really want to draw either of these. They're too slow. Yep, I'll just play Tranquil Thicket. Not hitting. Yep, goodbye Manator. That's ish. This is going to become a big problem next turn, though, because that just shoots Titania down. I can get this Sapling Nursery down. That'd be pretty great. Affinity for forests. I don't have any forests available currently. I'm kind of lucky that they didn't hit the green shrine. That's something I like. Alright, so they're going to get to shock me, probably. See, Northern Air Temples whenever a shrine comes into play, right? Fortunately, this one does not trigger upkeep. Those all require shrines to come into play. Yep. Let's see, and these have prowess, not firebending. Spirit Oasis is pretty fucked, though, because now they just get to completely reload. A little bit unfortunate. Thespian stage, huh? Not quite what I'm hoping for. What do I need? Then I need... I would love to cycle the Tranquil Thicket. That might be what I need to do. Yeah. And then I'm also just going to start attacking with Storm Skull Surge, I think. Yep, okay. Any more force. Yep. They went and grabbed Godless Shrine. They're looking at my Paleontar, so that probably... They have Hierarch available, so that's like 2 mana available that they have. Get lost on Titania. Sure. If I cycle this away and then I play Thespian Stage, I only have 2 mana available. So I don't get to just I don't get to play the Crucible, which I think is actually probably more important. So sure, Titania's gone away. Take action there. Solve Pock. I could also just like they'll save that. Like, yep, they can replay High Bay, but then I guess they're not just Is it Crucible now? I've already played my land drop for turn. And right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be a 2/2 potentially. You know what? Let's actually just go like, here's a counter. Chomping Changeling is a start. And then... yeah, we'll go ahead and just cycle this now. Now we get to grab pretty much whatever. If I can resolve a Titan here, we can try translating that into a win. Alright, so that's 4 damage probably to my face. Yeah, that's 4 damage to my face. Let's see. Nope, they're going to go and destroy probably the Scouring Storm Soul then. Makes sense. Now he does get to come back for 5 mana, and he gets to bring a land back with. Oh, and they just have Binding of the Oath too, so that way Pock is gonna go away. Very. Oh no, they're gonna go with Orb. Okay. I could go with the nursery now and start playing more chores. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Whenever a land you control enters, you make things. And now that's gonna help me go wides too. Also, now we can play the Chomping Changeling. We can get rid of this. So now they can't just search for something in their upkeep. Yep, they're gonna jump here. All right, we've got the nursery up. They can shoot a token. That's fine. That was literally free for us. Let's mill 3 cards. And then when you may discard a card, return target creature or land from graveyard to hand. Slowly and surely, we're gonna pull this back. Or just, you know, fuck me, I guess. Sanctum of All lets them search for any shrine from their library and or graveyard. Which means that this Chomping Changeling, well, first of all, we would have had to play that anyway because it was going to be protected by the Shroud, but now we need yet another thing to deal with this. I would love to get this Passager out, actually. No. If I had a way to, like, get the Passager back from hand, that would be pretty fun. So then, how do I want to do this? Because what? They just grab Ghost Shintai or something that destroys next turn? I'm trying to think. The green shrine, the white shrine, those aren't particularly relevant right now, and everything else will trigger later on. So then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 mana to work with right now. That's not quite enough, but it is something. If I grab the Scowl, the Storm Soul, they have to answer it somehow. I can hold on to this, give my Tree Folk and stuff indestructible until the next turn. But if I play the Prime Time, I'm also just like really far ahead. I think I'm gonna set myself up and do a thing that's gonna potentially like let me just Dark Depths my way to victory here. So yeah, we're gonna grab Dark Depths for sure. This is a legendary Snowland, so that's not gonna do a whole lot. Also got Nykthos for more mana next turn, or I've got Shifting Woodlands as well. Actually, Shifting Woodlands would be pretty good here as a backup, right? Nah, I think I just want stuff, actually. Alright, yep, we're gonna go ahead, grab Forest. And then, yep. It doesn't really matter. There's not a whole lot different. We got Thespian stage available for Dark Depths. That's pretty good. So like even if they manage to clog the ground with blockers, whatever. They might eat the Chomping Changeling here. We have a chance, is what I'm saying. Now, just getting Ghost Shintai would probably fuck us up, though. Okay, so that's just gonna use that channel. Sure thing. God, Ghost Shintai would actually just fuck us up, yeah. I'm gonna set an end step reminder. Yep, okay. Interesting that they're not gonna go at her face, though. I would think that that would actually be, like, the best thing to do, since getting Ghost Shintai means that you get extra tokens, which means you get extra triggers. Like, I just really, really, really hope we don't fucking die to Northern Air Temple, because Northern Air Temple just, if you get it with Ghost Shintai, it just fucking ruins people's day. Those Avatar shrines are way overtuned. Triggering every time a shrine comes into play. Wait, they went with the blue one. Okay. I guess that's not wrong. Yep, and then, but they said 6 to the token rather than to my face. Target creature or land. Okay, yeah, they get Sithis back. They get to draw a bunch of cards. True, true. I mean, like, I guess it doesn't matter if they Cyclonic Rift, right? Cyclonic Rift or River's Rebuke would set me back too. And at that point, they're just so far ahead, like, nothing else matters. I still think it's correct to get the Northern Air Temple, though. Or, yeah, it's still, I think it's still better to get Ghost Shintai, though. Unless Ghost Shintai's already in their hand, in which case, like, well, not a lot I can do about that. Yeah, they're not going to do anything attacking-wise, so they're just going to go straight to Second Ming. Supreme Verdict is pretty good. I can sacrifice Exile the Enchantment, make everything indestructible. That would mean that they have to play around something else too. I think I'm okay with doing that rather than like putting all my eggs into the Dark Disc basket. Don't get me wrong, I would love to go into the Dark Depths combo turn, but I just like have a bunch of 3/3s that they have to deal with now still. Maybe if I had like a haste enabler. Unfortunately, this does just like give them another chance. And this just gives them another chance to live because I'm only dealing like 12, 13 points of damage. Letting it go and going into the Dark Depths is actually how I win. Like, keep them from just getting like another one. Yep, and then there's the Northern Air Temple Shrine, which is going to drain me out further. I'm going to play Titania and the Crucible, I think. That way I can, like, try and gain some of that life back, but... Yep, okay, so they had Leyline Binding anyway, which means that if we had gone all in on the Dark Death plan, we would be fucked. We would be absolutely fucked. So, you know what? Good job. Good job, us. That ended up working out. That ended up working out. Good job. Although I guess I do have to be careful about those tokens coming back on the crackback. We'll attack him with the tokens and that's it. Okay, ooh, Lumra. I have some choice hands in here from Lumra. Let's go combat attack with all the tokens. Yep, that's fine by me. And then go ahead and make sure you tap here, tap here. Here's Titania. And then I can spare 1, 2, 3, 4. I can spare 2 mana. But if I play this Crucible of the Worlds, then I can do just a little bit more. I can go... Oh, I can't actually do the thing I want to do, which is unfortunate. I might have messed this up. I might have messed this up. Whoops. I no longer have Dark Depths as an out. Fuck. I thought I had an untapped land that I could drop, but I don't. If I can't use Thespian Sage, then I guess I'll drop this Delighted Halfling and pass. Just to have like another blocker. Oh, shit. This thing makes him trigger twice? Fuck. Okay. So, that happened. I'm gonna scoop it, pick it up now. Because, like, the second that they grab Go Shintai and everything is doubled, like... It really begs the question why they didn't grab Go Shintai in the first place, right? At which point, like, even having the Dark Dust wouldn't have done anything. They had Leyline binding. So, from that point on, it's just checkmate. High Bay is a weird deck to play against. You can beat it if you're, like, super aggro and you have the removal to slow down their mana dorks. If you can find a way to, like, just high roll and keep them off of their really good shrines. Like, they play shrines just to play shrines, and some of those shrines are absolute dookie. So, like, if you can get a little bit lucky, kind of like playing against Atali, you can get some good wins out there, but... This is the original Planeswalker Quintorius, red-white control that will just absolutely shred us alive. We're not careful. Sylvan Safekeeper helps a lot. World Weave is huge, actually. Let's go ahead and hold on to this. I'm going to play Gate first. I'm not going to lead off on Safekeeper. What I am going to do... This center's tapped. I want to be able to play World Weave on curve. I might play the Nantuko now. This is just going to tap for colorless. I'm going to just go ahead and play it out now for 0 value. And then what I'll probably do is I'll either go... Here's Nissa. Nissa is going to be bait. If I draw a land, I'm feeling pretty great. Exile all artifacts and creatures. Sure. But now we have World Weave, cast Sylvan Safekeeper, and World Weave is going to start doing its thing. We can play Nissa if we want, and this is going to put out stuff. We got O'Hare Kazlan, we got Springheart Nantuko. Layla's fine. Layla's going to get big and cause problems eventually. Okay, opponent's not going to play a land just yet. They want to see if they hit a land off the top. And they do. Nope. Pass. I think I go Springheart Nantuko next then. Sure, for sure. I would love to cast Nissa, but that is just not on the cards right now. Yeah. So here's... Let's see. Hardcast or Bestow? I'm thinking Bestow. Great. You'll love to see that. I can Titania. That'll get me something. But... Cultivate just, like, gives me more blockers now. Pass the turn. Plus Sylvan Safekeeper can protect itself now. Yep. Ava's going to attack. They hit. Else, we can go ahead and chump block. Not a problem. I have 5. I almost have enough to just, like, go Nissa into Titania. I can just play O'Hare too. O'Hare's... yeah, we're gonna go ahead and stack this Pit of Offering. Not doing anything right now. Ooh, Ashaya is playing dirty here. Let's do that. Let's put it on L. Man. We can pay the 2, right? And then that'll make... See, the non-tokens have it. Right. Turn target non-land permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield with Paradigm. Yep, that's pretty good. And then they'll just get that for the rest of the game. Fortunately, they don't have anything else to worry about. Having trample's pretty big for the dinosaur. Oh, they're not going to attack though. Eva me. Oracle's pretty good. O'Hare's pretty good. I've got 5, 6, 7 mana to work with. 7 mana to work with. If I can just like... I don't need to pay for that. We're just going to keep ramping out. We're going to go super wide. Then, am I willing to trade a Shia for both of those? Not when they have a Paradigm. I can attack with all 3 of those tokens. Not just yet. Yeah. Paradigming doesn't do anything unless they have the instant speed discard. Which, they have exile a card, I guess, from the quarry. Yep. So, Quint's on the field. Quint is going to start doing some stuff. They get... Oh, they're going to start matching us on tokens. That sucks. Welp. That's problematic long term. But I do have an army of tokens that I can start sending. Oh, the Legend of Roku. Well, Farewell is kind of problematic, if I do say so myself. But... Let's see, how do I want to do this? Target creature you don't control. So I can't just, like, go crazy. What do I want to do? I could Earthbend to activate only as a sorcery. Target land I control. Oh, that's actually huge. That's huge for me. Because that means I would get back the Sylvan Safekeeper and a Shia. I can do one or the other. I can't do both. But Sylvan Safekeeper is currently turning a ton of these into... Alright, now it's been Earthbent. That's pretty great for me. Probably get rid of Kia so that way they don't just like get it for free, right? Let's go combat. 1, 2, 3, 4 at Quint. 2, 3 over here. Probably over here. Yeah, I think I like it. Means that they get to just like replay Quint and like get a spell out of it, but let's see, what is this? Add 1 mana of any color. Yeah. Then I am just gonna go ahead and play Nissa. Fine. Go ahead and green. Fine. That's not nothing. I could just like get rid of Layla. They could cast it. They could style. I want them to like have a real cost to this. Like, there's kind of no reason for them not to at this point. But they want to Farewell this turn. They're gonna lose. Really good. Oh, right, shit. They can just get him back. Fuck. God fucking damn it. I forgot that they could just leave him in the graveyard. Fuck. Fuck. Now they just, like, get another card for free. It's gonna be Appa. God damn it. Yep. Yep. Alright. Exile any number of non-land permanents you control. God damn it, that works. Okay, you know what? I'm not coming back from that. They can exile all of their creatures and then cast Farewell. Ah, god damn. If I had not attacked Quintorius and just given them a free activation, they wouldn't have gotten that. That is so frustrating. I completely missed that. I got. Honestly, I'm happy that Red-White has the ability to play control now with cards like Quintorius, but I don't know. Raph and Mikey, troublemakers. Do we even have the ability to beat something like Raph and Mikey? I don't think so. I've got Exploration to try and drop my hand. I've got Kimber's Transformation, but that's too slow. Blizzard Brawl, similarly, also too slow. Got Titania, which can do what exactly? I have just no way to deal with Raph and Mikey outside of Kimber's Transformation, but kind of doesn't matter. Like, I guess this always comes to the play tapped. You know what? I can go cover forest. Play Titania. Argoth, pass. Station, I guess. Doing Emerald doesn't really do anything. I would love to hit another land. I guess with the Elvis Reclaimer, we can try and turbo into Dark Depths combo. And then we're just going to go ahead and try and smack him while we can. Alright, so what does it look like if we start using the Elvish Reclaimer? We use that to grab Thespian Stage first and foremost, and then we can use the grab Dark Depths. Meanwhile, I'll use the Tanya to try and... yeah. Get him within range. Go ahead, attack there. I have 5 mana, so I can't activate Argoth and do stuff. Alright. We're just gonna pass... So this is 5 mana. Yep. They're just gonna go for it now, looks like. Yep. Raph and Mikey are on board. Can't do nothing about that. They get Void Winnower. That's gonna be 19 damage up front. Can't do anything about that. Also, I can't play Kimber's Transformation. Oh, yeah. Then we're going to go ahead, activate Sack of Forest. I can Blizzard Brawl if I get something big enough. So it needs to be Thespian Stage immediately. It needs to be Thespian Stage immediately. Because now what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead... tap green, stack the forest, grab Dark Depths. We're gonna grab Dark Depths, and we're gonna use this now. I think. Where is it? Yep. Go ahead. Here's green. Activate. Target the Dark Depths. We're going to choose the permanent you wish to keep. I want to keep the one without counters. And then I can't, unfortunately, do both. But I can survive this. So here's block. That keeps more cards from coming on the board. I can use Titania as a blocker if I need to. Pass. No attacks. I'm at 14 life, so like if they can bolt me, that's a really good reason for me to block. If they can play like a reach card, that buys them another turn too. Yeah, I'm 10,000% blocking with Titania here. Pretty sure Titania gave me life, helped me out there. Not even gonna worry about it. Just gonna go straight to attacks with the Avatar. Phew! One turn later without Elvish Reclaimer, and we would not have gotten that. Holy sh... Yeah, Iron Crag Feet, Cat the Raph and Mikey. I'm starting to notice a lot of the tech that these Raph and Mikey decks are running to try and like refine themselves into being faster, stronger. If that had been like the Double Strike dragon, the dragon that comes into play and gives all your creatures Double Strike, there's no way in hell that we would have survived that. I would have had to have gone attack with no, there's no way, right? Because if that Double Strike dragon comes down, Titania's already tapped from it trying to put him under 20, and then Reclaimer needs to be able to activate twice in order to pull this off, but I can't. So there we go. GG. Honestly, the fact that we're kind of playing like a big green deck that has a fast turn win combo is huge for us. Like, we are playing crop rotation, right? We are playing crop rotation, but I also want to know if we have the other version. We do have the other version. Go ahead and put that one in, because that one helps. I love the Mystical Archive border, this goldy yellow border. I think it's swell. So yeah, we've got crop rotation, we got expedition map. We have a few different ways to pull off Dark Death's combo. But we really needed to hit it in order to make that work. And then we also just literally needed the Blizzard Brawl, because Kendra's Transformation becomes a card that we can't play with the Void when we're in play. It says that we literally can't do just about anything with cards. Even we can't cast them, we can't block with them. Good thing we can attack with them though. Tokens have even cost because their cost is 0. 0 is not odd, therefore it's even. We're up against Quandrix the Proof. I'm interested in seeing how this one ends up folding out. Last time they kind of didn't get to do a whole lot. Cosmic Hunter, Oracle. I'll keep this. This isn't like a great hand or anything, but it's got Cavernous Souls here, and I can even go Windswept Heath, go ahead, crack this, grab our gate to start. We'll play Cavernous Souls, and then we'll animate the gate, I guess. Alright, so there's Cobra. Yep. Cavernous Souls, name Mental. I don't have anything that fights the Cobra. I guess I could have done with the Cavern, and then the Cavern would tap for, like, green as well. Right now I'm still just kind of stuck on green. Yep, they're going to Turbo Ramp. I'm going to play this Tribute 3 rather than the Oracle because I want to make things bigger. Yep, they are on Turbo Ramp. That is... That's going to fuck with their Cascading. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can just play Tomio in these decks, right? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, I was supposed to do that with Titania, wasn't I? Shoot. I forgot. I missed that. Yeah, I was absolutely supposed to play Titania first so I could get the extra life. That's fun. I'm willing to trade the Badger Mole Cup here. Absolutely. Even though technically they can just block Tomio and then it does. Stay levy. Oh wait, no, that's right. I was gonna play Tribute to the World Tree. Fuck. Actually, you know what? Oh, that's actually great for me though, because Titania blocks Tomio perfectly. Yeah, actually that. Got Cosmic Hunger here too. I could drop Tribute to the World Tree now and make it so that way everything I do is better. If they have a counter spell, it's kind of skosh. I think I'd rather try and slam Oracle. Alright, so confirm that they are running counter spells in their Cascade deck, which they are absolutely allowed to do. Alright, yeah, bad. Yep. Up the Beanstalk. We can go ahead and take care of that with our Haywire Might. As long as they don't play a free 5-drop, that's fine. They're absolutely going to play Quandra. Let's turn that on. Lotus Field. It turns this Cavernous Souls and this gate back into lands. Attack with the Badger Mole and the Haywire Might. See where we go from there. Oh, hey. I want to commit to the Tribute to the World Tree now. Go to combat, attack. Yep, okay. That's a free damage. And then if I do this, I lose Lotus Field options though. And that's bad. God. I want to be able to Cosmic Hunger so that way I can take care of... Wait, you deal damage to Planeswalker. Okay. You would go up to 4. This is turning into a bit of an intricate game. I have to Haywire Might kind of regardless, I think. So... Because right now, they're going to be... Solve. Lose both of the forests. Then, just because... Pass. I don't have Argo Thought yet, so I don't get all these. Yep, alright, here comes Quadrix. Quadrix cast, and Emoti, which is also going to Cascade. Confirmed that they do have big-ass coma and shit. Alright, well, I'm glad that I got rid of the thing. That would have been really bad. This one here doesn't. Let's grab Argoth, I think. Even though I would love to get Dark Dust combo. Right now, we're currently in... Get Titania going. Go ahead, we'll play the Scoot Swarm too. And... I can Cosmic Hunger Emoti, or Tomio. I can't do it with the Quandrix. So Quandrix kind of has free reign. At least if I get rid of Emoti... That Tomio... Sorry, I know the fear of Tomio. So I have to decide whether it's worth getting rid of Tomio or not. As long as Titania gets to stay on board. Yeah, alright. Target creature deals damage equal to the power of the target creature. Alright. They get a turn to untap with Quandrix. Let's hope that the wheels don't spin so hard. Alright, so they're going to Plenaire Genesis. I get to see... They hit a Goose. I wasn't done. Okay, I get to look at all these cards. Seven Library, Psych Rift, Temporal Trespass. Yep. Expropriate and Time Warp. And Temporal Manipulation. Yep. Okay, this is deals combat when you cast your third spell each turn. Yep, this is going to be a high rolly Quandrix deck for sure. Get one more turn. And we just have to pray that the bottom out. It's out of our hands. We have no agency here. Yep. Cascade into Signet. And then seek a land card, put it on the battlefield. Yep. Those last two cards. We're hoping. Karn's Temporal Sundering. Yep. Put Titania into hand. They get to take an extra turn. Which means Tamio gets to start making clues. They'll go ahead, they'll crack a clue. Here's an extra turn. Just chaining together extra turns with Quandrix is going to be enough to kill it. And they hit another one. I'm going to go ahead and scoop here. Even though the Cyclonic Rift doesn't get kicked off, like, taking 3 extra turns like that is just too much. I still don't like that way of building bricks. I still think that's incorrect. Like, because it's just so high rolly, right? It's so high rolly. If all you do is you hit mana cards, then I guess it's fine because you can just recast Quandrix. It's kind of the same thing with Emoti. And then they have all the extra turn cards. Like, I understand it, but I just don't like that style of, like, high rolliness. So I guess it's less that I think that's incorrect and just more like, that's definitely not how I would try building the deck. But then you have to think about, well, like, how are you going to try and build the deck then, right? And it's hard for me to think of any other way to build a deck like that because that's all the Emoti decks have been. And also, this is the first time that we're playing against Professor Delian Fell. This is just a good card. Like, this is just kind of a generically really good card. So, you know, we just go Dark Depths. With the Myco Spawn, we have a chance to just go into Dark Depths here. Into the North also just, like, grabs literally Dark Depths. It's hard to decide whether it's, like, what I grab right this second, though. Because right this second it doesn't tap for anything. So I forgot. I was going to put Urborg and Yavimaya, and wasn't that? Yeah. I need colorless, too. To be able to kick the Myco Spawn in order to search. Probably just better off grabbing basic here. But worth noting that the North can grab Dark Depths. Yep. So Downey comes down. Downey gets the draw card immediately.
I need answers. Never.
Yeah, I guess they can. I guess they can just go from now up. Guess we'll play Titania. So that way they can either go remove her or... No, they're just going to use removal on Titania. Not having the colorless spawns sucks. Yep, they go ahead, they get the emblems now. He's like an actual win condition. They've got Command Beacon. Yeah, they got Command Beacon, so they can just, like, buy him back for free. How do they pay the additional cost? Oh, newfound event. Farseek is a, not a kill spell. That's something. I guess the downside of actually being able to kill the professor right this second is just the fact that I would reset him and they get to cast him for free. Like, I don't really care about the life loss. Oh, whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Whenever you gain life, they lose that much life. It's just an instant combo. Is there any way for me to get out of that? Not really. GG, I guess. Well, that's a disappointing one to end it on, but end it we must. I don't know why I didn't think about the fact that they literally just get half of the exquisite blood combo in the command zone. Doesn't seem like it would actually be the thing that happens, but get to win the game, not right. Like, don't get me wrong, it is a damn good card, right? It does literally everything that you want a Planeswalker to do. Gains life, draws cards, acts as removal to protect. Just like, God, am I really becoming the type of person who looks at a card that is just like good and I'm like, but it's so boring? I don't think that's it. The children that are wrong. Thank you, wife. Because, like, I've looked at cards that are just, like, kind of plain design like that before and been like, this is the best thing ever. Avacyn was like that when she was originally shown off. It's like, yeah, she's an indestructible angel that gives everything you control indestructible. I know people, including the original host of the Commander cast, that looked at it and was like, wow, this is fucking boring as hell. But I was excited. My wife is also one of those people who thought Avacyn was boring as hell. But, like, you know, maybe I'd like it a lot better if it was like Vraska or something like that. Like, literally, the character was Grodd. That'd probably be like plus 20 points automatically. Yeah, I might have a little bit of inherent bias in there. Alright, so how close are we to actually getting... We would have to get 1, 2, 3, 4 levels in 1 hour. I just don't. That literally does not seem possible, but let's say we give it the old college try. You'd have to go into Crystal Combat. How close am I on reputation? Honored, so we're not like missed out on anything particularly worthy. So then let's return back to Gridania so that way we have at least a better backstrat. And let's just do like some chatting while we wait for PvP to pop. I don't like being out in the rain. I like watching the rain, but I do not like being out in the rain. Cat in my spot. Fun. Cabin in my spot. Nope. That's a little too far out. Be like this close? I've got to be this close. I just... It's just once again falling into that design philosophy that's starting to get on my nerves, right? Where you can play a commander that has literally everything built into it. Ugh. So I'm so tired of that design. So tired of that design. Like, I know that there are that there's like people that this card is for, right? I know that there are people that this card is for. and that, you know, I am not being asked to play the card. I don't have John Watsy breaking into my house and demanding that I make a deck with this card right now. But there's a certain level of power discrepancy, I want to say, that becomes very visible when I'm up against a deck that has just like everything within its commander slot. And I don't know if it's just like being sensitive about the fact that this feels like I'm a slightly less good deck builder than I thought it was, or if it's just like not wanting to accept that sometimes there are just 90-10 matchups. I don't know. Like we beat a Raph and Mikey deck that we honestly had like a 10% against, and then we lose against a deck that can pull off a combo where we don't really have any interaction to stop that with. That just happens in one-on-one Magic, though. I constantly have to come back to whether or to how I feel about one-on-one Magic, because I've been on this side of the fence too, right? If you want to play one-on-one Magic, you have to accept that people get to play with good cards. This is not an indictment against those players, by the way. Of course, like, players are going to be playing the best cards. Like, that's just the truth of 1v1. This is not Commander where I get to hash out the expectations and be like, oh, I want this game to go until, like, you know, at least turn 6. Because then I feel like, you know, we're all going to have a chance to actually do the thing. No, there's no conversation like that here. No conversation for that here. Ugh. No one likes to lose, but you kind of get... Is it the autism thing? Is it the autism thing where, like, I feel a little blindsided because I didn't consider an option, and therefore, like, I'm having just a minor meltdown over it? Like, that would be unfortunate if true. Because now, when I go up against fucking Phelan Dane or whatever his name is next time, I'm gonna have a understanding of, like, well, if he resolves a tutor, I might just be fucking dead. I might just be fucking dead, depending on what it is holding. Because in my mind, I've already, like, written this commander off as a, oh yeah, this is just like a really good mid-range piece. Like, that's all it does. And then suddenly I realize, oh wait, no, this actually just has a combo win too. So, if this is a meltdown piece, I am very disappointed in myself. But them's the breaks. You know what they say about trying to be a better person than you were yesterday. It's fucking hard work. It is hard as shit. Guys, don't let someone tell you that being a kind person doesn't cost anything. It's a fucking bullshit lie. It is a fucking bullshit lie. Working on being a kinder, nicer person actually does take effort and energy. Like, it is actually easier to be a petty and cynical person than it is to be a nice person. And the people who are nice have just kind of, you know, cultivated that skill over a long period of time and good lessons and reinforcements. Like, those, like, kind people are to be commended, because it is so hard to maintain that nicety, especially when you're stressed. We are not our best selves when we're stressed. But the people who can do that even under fire, like, those are the real heroes, I swear to fucking God. That's actually something I mentioned to my therapist too, and she seems to actually, like, understand exactly what. And, like, I think about that all the time. I think about the people who don't put in the effort. The people who are just like they're constantly continuing to be cruel and to assert their own ideals, right? And I think, well, yeah, it's a lot easier to make excuses and to, you know, jump through hoops to reconcile like opposite viewpoints with your own than it is to actually like incorporate new data and then do the emotional labor that it takes to figure out exactly why you're being such a dickhead. It is the sad truth. But, you know, being unable to be kind to other people is literally a skill issue. And it's one I still need help with. If you know. There was a thing in the Discord. Major skill issue? Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And one that I need to own up to. Almost had a tizzy when this morning I woke up and Fran had posted about Fran had shared a video of a combo that you could do with the Sin card from the Final Fantasy set. And the video itself opened with, "Hey, check out this broken new combo." And it's like this convoluted 3-card combo thing that you're just not going to be able to consistently get off because Sin makes tokens at random. And then I read Fran's comment, and Fran is like, "Just to be clear, I don't think this is broken, but this is still a cool thing." And I said, like, "Hey, yeah, good save." He's like, "What?" And I kind of had to explain that I was like this close. Just, you know, imagine me pinching my fingers closer together. I was this close to going off on an autistic tangent about, like, no, this is a very inconsistent combo. This is nowhere near close to broken because it's nowhere near efficient enough to be broken. And, like, I hate the hyperbole of some videos that do this explicitly to get clickbait. Like, that is just the thing I hate. Ugh. Ugh. I'm good. Okay. I hate hyperbole used to clickbait. It feels so manipulative. It feels so like this person doesn't know what they're talking about. And maybe that is once again autism talking, but like, you know, you gotta learn how the neurotypicals operate, so that way you don't just cause these issues for yourself and your loved ones and stuff like that. And like, that shit is so fucking hard, man. Like, ignore the fact that I'm already disabled. Like, if you are a neurotypical person and that is your reaction, first of all, do neurotypical people even have that sort of reaction? I am legit asking because I don't know. I don't know. That's part of like the whole, is this a tism thing or is it something else? But if they do, then it's like, well, we both have to put in the effort to, you know, try and reconcile. Because no one is more annoying than the, you know, the actually guy. And I don't want to be that guy. But I still can't help being that guy sometimes. It's just like, ah. And better news though, like, I'm currently getting ready for that Dragon Quest that we were talking about at the start of the stream. We're gonna be playing Dragon Quest XI for the next 2 months. I am so looking forward to that. It's gonna be a real nice change of pace from struggling to play Lies of P for these past couple months. Unfortunately, I think what I'm finding with Dark Souls games, with the Souls-likes, is that they are a shit ton of fun, but I am having trouble not putting my whole self into them. Like, they seem to be triggering my hypervigilance, something bad, even when I'm having fun. Like, once I get to the bosses, once I'm on the boss and the runbacks and all that, it's great, it's fine. But when I'm in the actual, like, exploring and stuff for a new area, I get so on edge. And again, It's a, well, is this a Tism thing because I'm in a new, unfamiliar area and I feel like I'm in danger because of that? Or is it a, a something else issue? I'm leaning something else issue. Now, I don't like that feel that comes from like leaving a game half finished. My whole thing last year was trying to get to the point where I can finish a game and not leave it half finished and then feel good because I'm completing games rather than them getting halfway through or even like 70% of the way through and then just leaving off. I think I'm going to take a slightly different approach with Lies of P though. I'm going to try playing Lies of P with my wife during our own personal time rather than my personal video game time. Because if I have my wife there, I'm going to feel a little bit more secure. She's going to be my security cat for the experience. And, it's just nice to spend that sort of time together. We were already doing that with playing Hades. But I don't know. My wife is a big Souls-like fan. She's seen a lot of like Dark Souls videos and played all those games to completion on her own. She's even doing like a level 1 challenge run on Souls game. My wife, I think my wife is good. She doesn't think of herself as good at Dark Souls, but I know she is. Yeah, there we go. Wipe out that team. Wipe out that team. What I'm saying is, if you're the type of person who can't handle Dark Souls because they stress you out and terrify you, maybe consider getting yourself a security cat to help you. Here's a quote from Lucky. My biggest issue with finishing games is that I'm a chronic restarter. I can get to a point in the game, and for some reason I want to delete my save and start over from the beginning. See, I actually do get that, though. Especially if I want to go back to a game, and it's been a while. Rather than continuing where I left off, I feel like I need to start over so I remember what I was doing. And then I end up losing interest faster, because it's like, oh, wait, no, I've already played through all this. Now I'm just kind of bored, and my ADHD is going crazy. That happened when I was trying to play the Marvel Spider-Man game for PS4. I had to start over not because I wanted to, but because I didn't have the save data from my friend's PlayStation. So like, that was always going to happen. But I did not enjoy having to retread all that story just to catch up where I was. I think if I was doing like an actual factual second playthrough, I'd probably have a better time than I did there. But because I'm just trying to catch up to where I was before, it makes everything feel awful, right? Because I'm not taking the time to enjoy the game for itself. I'm just trying to hurry up and catch up to where I was. But then, like, to the point of actually just being a restarter and wanting to restart, I don't know. It feels like it's one part, well, I feel like maybe I messed something up and I want to start over. I want to get like a better run or something going, or I just want to get that reprogression feel. I've had this instance where, kind of like Madden, right? When I play Madden 06, the most fun part is always the beginning. It's always the beginning, because the beginning is when I'm struggling. It's when I'm struggling the most. It's when I'm playing with like the base level stuff. I'm playing with all the bare minimum that I can scrap together, rather than something I've refined and built up over time. And I love playing with the team that I built. Don't get me wrong. But it's just so fun. It's just so fun to like start from the beginning and to like figure out what you're doing from pieces. Which honestly, like, you'd think that would mean that roguelikes are a slam dunk for someone like me. And I do like playing roguelikes now, but for the longest time, it was like, I hate having to restart over and over and over again. This is awful. It's taken a long time to get past that mindset and to just kind of enjoy them as something I can pick up, play, and then get into before it. Oh, that reminds me. So there is a new game though that I am really excited to get. It was nowhere near my backlog list initially at the start of the year because I didn't know when it was going to come out. But I want to play a bumpy ride. It's a Spirit Tracks like. If you're familiar with the Legend of Zelda series, there was a game called Spirit Tracks where Link was an assistant on a train. As the one where Zelda had her spirit like pushed out, now she inhabits a set of armor in order to actually like do stuff. It's a funky little game that I've never actually had a chance to play. But a bumpy ride takes key from the train segments of that game and makes a full game around them. It's really cute. You drive a train around, you help drive passengers, you deliver stuff. It's great. I played the demo. I loved it. And it comes out this Friday. Now, Final Fantasy Friday is still live. So we can't do it then. Saturday, I have D&D. So originally I was going to do a stream this Saturday for it, but that is no longer in the cards. Oh hell yeah, we won. So Saturday's a little bit of a no-go. I need to double check my schedule, but we might end up doing a full day stream of it the weekend after. It's going to get just a little bit it's going to feel a little bit weird just because like I was literally planning on doing Dragon Quest month coming up. Like by all intents and purposes, what I should be doing is sticking to my schedule. And then, like, you know, save a bumpy ride for, like, right afterward, right? Like, we can go ahead and play Dragon Quest, and then we'll do bumpy ride at like, July. Because I'm planning on May and June. Like, I'm planning on Dragon Quest being basically a 2-month thing. And then I hold off on bumpy ride till a couple months later, but it's like, oh, I really want to play the train game. I really want to play the train game. The sigh. I probably will just wait on it. TBH. Like, if I wait on it, then I don't have to split my attention between a game that I was planning on playing and a game that I've been, like, super eager to play. I can move my schedule around however I want. I'm not gonna, like, you know, feel bad about putting off a gift game, quote, because, like, a new game came out. Like, that's not what we were about here, right? We're not here to be a slave to the schedule and, you know, play only exclusively the games that people got us. These are just the games that have priority because they were gifts and we asked for them. And I can probably wait 2 months before I play Train Game. I'm still gonna get it, absolutely. I do also want to, like, just promote the Train Game. Maybe I'll still hold, like, special stream. We'll have to see. Or maybe, like, well, hold on. Come July anyway, I'm going to be doing my anniversary stream. If I'm doing my anniversary stream, then I'll have to plan for something for it. Actually, what I'm planning on doing for anniversary stream is I'm definitely going to have, like, some sort of presentation set up. I'm thinking, like, an hour-long presentation followed by just, like, yapping and gameplay. Or maybe I'll have, like, yapping and gameplay while things wrap up and then we'll go to presentation, something like that. Appreciate that I'm going to play DQ11, but understand that you weren't going to get to it right away. Well, see, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. I didn't get to it right away. It's been 5 months since Christmas. Yeah, it's been like 5 months since Christmas. And don't get me wrong, this isn't out of obligation. This isn't out of obligation. I absolutely, genuinely want to play it. I've been looking forward to this. And I've also been looking forward to doing it for like these 2 months. I've been like talking about it, making a thing out of it. And then it just happened that the train game came out this same month. When I play the train game, I want to absolutely like just sink my teeth into it. I want to tear it apart like rotisserie chicken. I want to like really enjoy it. So I think, to be fair to both games, I definitely just hold off. I think that for the sake of both games, I stick to my Dragon Quest schedule. That way I can play it, have fun with it, enjoy it, and then I'll look forward to playing Cozy Train game later on. That's how life goes. C'est la vie. Incidentally, we need... half an hour. I'm not gonna... Let's go do our move. I don't think we're gonna get PvP stuff. If I had started, like, I think a couple of weeks earlier, we would have gotten there no problem, but I lost track of when the patches were coming out. And starting this week, we'll be doing more PvP. Yeah, we'll do more PvP. I dropped PvP in part because, like, we got the Wondrous Tales. I wanted to focus on doing Wondrous Tales. Actually, I'll pick the... Yeah, Dragoons at levels. And doing Wondrous Tales and PvP and the Moogle chores. Like, Moogle chores just kind of, like, ate up the PvP slot, if we're being honest. It's like, I can have one thing that I need to do daily, and then the rest of the time is currently filled up with the Wondrous Tales. I should block out, like, exactly what they are, though. That way we're not just, like, doing these for the sake of doing these. But at the same time, like, what is the goal? What is the goal right now? Right now it's just primarily Moogle chores. So what are our goals right now? Let's run through those real quick. My goal currently is to get the Moogle quests up to Bloodsworn. So doing the Moogle chores each day is a must. Once those are done, my goal is to get all of the DPS jobs to at least 71. Because I'm gonna use roulettes on tank and healer. So if it's Moogle chores and leveling, leveling is a long-term goal that goes into Stormblood and Shadowbringers. I don't actually need... They're basically not the highest priority that I could be doing. So then, if we order of operations, I need to make sure that I do job quest. I want to do the job quest before Fran and I move on to Stormblood. Gonna be a bit of reading, so I can do that. But that is some stuff that I can do on my own time. Same with the yellows. So since the leveling is the most tedious thing, that is like the thing that I would most want to use daily grinding for. Yeah, that's probably the road. So if we're talking about just like pure grind, right? Like not even stuff that I'm necessarily playing the game for, just like stuff that I need to do because they contribute to the larger goals that I'm aiming for. Then daily grind on PvP for level. It's for the leveling rather than like for PvP itself. Honestly, that's the thing that I really want. It's PvP for leveling sake, and that is also what one is also for. Okay. So if the order of operations goes, save all of the super grindy stuff for dailies, or just our daily yapping session, then yeah, of course. We're going to do the chores. Absolutely. And we're going to do the leveling. Absolutely. The best ways to level are going to be Wondrous Tales and also PvP. And then we also have like the leveling roulette that we work with. We have... So once we get the chores done, I'm thinking in circles. So at some point, like if we finish the chores, I'm gonna take a second to just like draw this out. So once we get the chores done, right? Like society's done. Once society is done, once we are done with society, the worst thing that I can think of that I want to grind is leveling the jobs. Best way to level jobs is with Wondrous Tones, which provides half an experience bar. PvP, which provides a lot of experience. It's probably one of the most efficient ones on the roulette, but that's also just like doing roulette. Which means that it's Wondrous Tales and roulettes. That is what we are doing for dailies, for the daily grind going forward. And it does also mean that I need to do the job quest in the yellows off stream, because goddamn, this is going to be a long ass process, and it's not going to stop being a long ass process. The only upside is that I can do all the daily stuff, even expansions from it, strictly speaking. So then, yeah, I just need to make sure I these job quests fun. That's just finding more time to like game late. Because if I have the chance to play on my own, I guarantee you, I don't want to spend it leveling. I might log on and do a little bit of this as a little bit of stim, like if I'm, you know, hanging out in voice call with people and we're just talking, or like if I just want to, you know, be on my own and watch a couple of videos, but I'm at to do or whatever, then like, oh, that's all great. In fact, maybe what I should be doing, actually, if I have a video that I want to watch, I should probably just take a goddamn walk. Probably just take a goddamn walk so I can like listen to the theme while I get some actual factual exercise. Is that something that anyone has ever considered? Probably not. Just so easy to... By the way, Lucky, I forgot to ask. Like, is Dragon Quest like the type of Dragon Quest where you get to make all your party members and it's just kind of like blank slate characters, but you get to make, you know, whatever you want? Or are they predefined characters that you play through with? Because my understanding is that sometimes Dragon Quest games actually have pre-built characters, predefined characters. Okay, so it's going to be more in the vein of like a Final Fantasy or a Xenoblade, where you have predefined characters in all of them. That's good expectations. So I'd be lying if I said that like, well, you probably have the chance to like change their classes, or something. Or are they just like, are they the class that they are just kind of forever? Part of what I really liked about Dragon characters, however I want it, fill my entire party with my Blorbos and Blorbos. Damn, hey! Thanks for stopping by. How's life going? I mean, aside from the minor crash out that I had earlier, I think we're doing okay. Also, Sam, congrats again. Congrats again on completing your veterinarian training. There's room for customizing your party to a degree. Okay. what I'll probably end up doing is honestly, do I want to wait till? I don't know if I want to wait. If I want to have to wait till like May exactly. Probably gonna find like some time to start messing around with it. I like to mess around with games when I first start playing them. Play for like an hour or so, get familiar, and then go ahead and start looking up tips for beginners and stuff. Alright, that takes care of all the chores. I just need to make sure that we finish off 3 of these. Go ahead, we'll go into order. Bunch of characters are otherwise set in ways like what weapons and armor they can use. Gotcha. Now comes the hard part of school. Making life choices. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? So real for that. Honestly, I think I'm fine. I'm in the right mindset for a story game where you got pre-made characters and everything. Making life choices, I don't wanna. I got the Xenoblade Chronicles alright. We getting through Final Fantasy VIII, okay? I think... Okay. So I was talking about like how playing Liza P was kind of stressing me out earlier. RPGs have kind of been the opposite, in that now that I just kind of understand that I can, you know, kind of play through the story and have a leisurely time and just enjoy the story that's in front of me, I've been having a significantly easier time getting through. I didn't have an issue. I didn't really have like a big issue getting through Cyber Sleuth. Digimon Cyber Sleuth is a bit of a slower RPG, but it's also just... It was relatively easy for me to play through because everything was so... you know, pushable. Like, you can over-level really easily in Cyber Sleuth and just steamroll through all the enemies and just enjoy the story. I actually really enjoyed that, and it is kind of carrying over in Final Fantasy VIII, where Ron taught me how to get the stupid powerful stuff early on. I just looked up a video on how to get Squall's ultimate weapon, so I think I might try spending some time doing that too. And just continue to enjoy the story. And because it's easy and doesn't take a lot of like investment into what you need to do in order to win, it's just chill. It's just a really chill experience. Unlike, you know, unlike a challenging game like a Souls-like, where you're gonna end up dying quite a bit. Like, you know, never mind the fact that I put it on the hardest difficulty on purpose, because that's what I wanted to do. Just... You're gonna die, and you're gonna, like, you know, your progress is not assured. Dragon Quest is very much a classic old-school turn-based RPG. See, I knew that much. I've played Dragon Quest 3 and 9 before. I played Sentinel in the Skies. I really liked Sentinel in the Skies. I'm sad that I don't have my copy of Sentinel in the Skies anymore. But also got donated to a kid for Christmas, so, like, you know, I'm not actually sad. I don't even mind if the games are grinding, right? Like, first of all, guys, you're hanging out with me on a stream explicitly about grinding. So the actual, like, you know, you gotta grind for all this stuff doesn't bother me like it used to. Gotta go to break. I think it's just literally the atmosphere. It was literally the atmosphere of Lies of P that was doing me in. Because the game loop of a Dark Souls game like that is literally you are going to die over and over again even when you're just exploring. Not because it's super difficult. That's actually the thing, right? It's not upsetting me because I am dying and getting frustrated because I just keep losing. It is because the game is built on ambushes. It is trying to recreate that classic dungeon crawl style of like Tomb of Annihilation, Tomb of Horrors type stuff, where it's a meat grinder. You are supposed to die over and over again to all these traps, so that way the next time that you play, you know where the traps are and you can make progress. But for some reason, I am having difficulty wrapping that around my head, like wrapping my head around that. And I'm being like, no, I don't want to like have to die and do a run back to a random mob or something like that. Like it's when it's the bosses, it's fine. It's whatever. That's a boss fight that you're supposed to learn. But when it's the actual like dungeon crawling part, I get really tensed up and really like, oh, I'm not gonna let this game beat me. I'm not gonna let this game beat me. I'm not gonna let this game beat me. And it kind of like to build on that point. So on the current level that I'm currently playing with Lies of P, there is a part of the game where you have to fight like 2 gunmen, right? Like there's one gunman, and as soon as you start fighting him, the other one pops out from behind a wall. You have to deal with the first one before you fight the second one, otherwise they get up on you and they just shoot you for massive damage. Behind the second gunman is a room that has a chest. In front of that chest is a special type of enemy that just kind of like crawls towards you. You can't really use movement skills on it. You can't really one-shot them either. They're weirdly tanky, so they take a few hits to take down even with upgraded weapons. And they crawl towards you. You know, they crawl towards you, and that's like a bit of a creep factor. So there's one out in the open. You can go up and hit that one, but then boxes explode from next to it, and turns out there's a second one that was hiding. And so you kill that one too. And you think, okay, phew, now I can go get the chest. Except, there's another set of boxes. So you approach it cautiously, and you're prepared, right? You're prepared. You're on the hair trigger that there is going to be yet another of these crawling monster things that are super tanky in these boxes. With the knowledge that if you were to die from this because of a mistake or whatever, you know, ignore the fact that you have like all your flasks and everything that heal you up. Ignoring that, you were just thinking about the fact that if you die, you have to fight all of these all over again just to get back to this because the enemies respawn. So you're prepared, you roll through, you do what you can to like break these boxes yourself. There's no enemy. But except now your gamer senses have taken over. Gamer senses are over and like, no, this feels too easy. There's something else here. You're like that guy from the Princess Bride where it's like, you know, I've lived this long because I suspect everything is a trap. And then you start looking around and you realize, there is a wooden floorboard in the ceiling above me. If I was in that room and I walked across that board, I would break. It would break and I would fall through. Like that's just another one of these traps that the game has, right? They have false floorboards that break as soon as you step on them and drop you into a room that may or may not be full of enemies. So you see that and you go, if there was going to be another ambush, it's almost definitely going to come from there. So you walk in towards the chest, just like you would normally, and then right on cue, it breaks open and another one of those fucking crawling baby puppets that are super tanky show up. Right on fucking cue. And even though I was expecting it, because I had to turn my camera just to walk close enough to the chest, Now I have to swing my camera back around and lock onto it and start hitting it before it has a chance to get me. And so even though I was expecting it, my nerves are still stupid scrunched together. Because it's still a loud noise. And that is the reason why playing this game stresses me out so much. That is the reason why I'm gonna need to start playing Liza P with my emotional support cat. Because if I am playing this on my own with a headset on, I'm gonna be that much more immersed, which is, you know, great when you're enjoying the experience. But when the mood of the game is to terrify you and you know, to get your jump scares, I have a significantly harder time dealing with it. I do not deal with jump scares. I can't believe I forgot how bad I was with jump scares. Remember, kids, traps are the magenta cards. Yay! There's a line. I love seeing that. Ah, yes, there are mimic chests in DQ11. Not too many, though. I remember the mimics. I remember dealing with mimics in Dragon Quest III. I don't remember enjoying those. I remember hating those quite a bit, actually. And, like, mimics are just incredibly dangerous. I don't know that I would want to be a player character in a dungeon crawl like Tomb of Horrors, but I would absolutely love to DM one, you know? I would love to be the, quote, evil dungeon master for a night. And be like, well, you checked for traps, but unfortunately, you didn't check for bears around the corner. And also just like, it'd be a nice change. It'd be a nice change up to play something that's a little less narratively focused and more just like, you know what? Yeah, we are just gonna chew through a few character sheets and enjoy the spectacle of watching how adventurers die every day to the old awful dungeon tomb. That was actually the inspiration for the villainess of my book. So, like, I'm working on 2 books right now, right? I'm working on the personal memoirs of, you know, discovering how to manage and be a person through disability and trauma. That's the backlog book. I've got a couple of working titles for it. One is like, you know, the lifelong challenge run, or playing on hard mode, something like that. I think those are some pretty dynamite titles, if I do say so myself. This other one that I'm working on is actual fiction. The tentative title is Knights of Crit. And in the Knights of Crit, you've got an adventuring party, and they have to fight a necromancer. You know, standard D&D stuff. The necromancer, though, that's a woman named Holly, and the whole premise is that she set up a dungeon that's basically exactly what I described, right? It is a Tomb of Horrors Annihilation style meat grinder dungeon, and the whole point was, hey, you know what? People are smart. People are smart, and, you know, they're not going to just throw their lives away over the stories of riches down below, right? Like, there's no way. Unfortunately, when she returns to the dungeon to check on it, like 400, like a sparse 400 years later, not thousands of years, just 400. Like, you know, the United States has not even been around that long. 400 years. She has a massive mountain of bodies in the pit of her dungeon. You know, the body pile. is innumerable. And, you know, this basically Jokerifies her. This is what convinces her that, you know what, actually, people are stupid and awful, and they need to be protected from themselves. And I love it. I love the general idea of it just so much, because when you think about something like a Tomb of Horrors, which is made to be a meat grinder, and you're thinking about all the people that died, reminds me of the quote from the first Men in Black. Yes, 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 exactly. The one that goes, "A person, an individual, is smart. People are stupid, frothing animals, and they will panic," or something like that. And like, yeah, that may have had a small influence as well too. Oh god, it's just, you think if a person's smart, people, you know, are dumb, panicking, dangerous animals, and you know exactly, yeah, the Tommy Lee Jones quote, exactly, yeah. You knew what I was putting down there. That was absolutely a huge. When you think about something like a Tomb of Annihilation or something like that, the only reason why you, the player, are able to navigate something like that is literally because you have gone through this maze like several times with other previous characters who have died. Actual people and adventurers don't get that chance. So you take something like that, you apply just a smidgen of, like, you know, real world logic to it, and you just get a massive body of dead adventurers. Honestly, I think it might be one of my most favorite of premises, if I'm being honest. Because it ignores the fact, right? Like, the assumption is, wow, these people kept walking into a dungeon. There wasn't even a reward. It was just like a death trap. People kept convincing each other to come down here. And therefore, people are so stupid that they will not, you know, go by logic and reason to preserve themselves. When the real answer is, like, no, actually, a lot of times people make these types of decisions. One, because they don't know. Like it is just literal, actual, factual ignorance, you know? Two, sometimes people will know of the danger, but they don't have a choice. Like, I imagine a lot of the people that would willingly put themselves into a position like that are actually just desperate for the kind of money that they think is going to be in here. It's literally like, you know, playing a deadlier version of the lottery, or, God forbid I say it, Squid Game. Like, I have not seen Squid Game, so I can't say this like firsthand. I can say secondhand, though, from, you know, some of the discussions that I've seen. There are some good setups there. Like, what my understanding is that it starts off with the Squid Game, and oh my god, the Squid Game is awful. Who would ever do the Squid Game? But then you get an episode where it's just like, okay, all these people left the Squid Game. They said, no, we're not gonna fucking do the Squid Game. But then they go back to their real life and they realize how miserable they are. They realize how miserable it is living in squalor and just barely getting by, if even that. And so they are willing to play the Squid Game for the promise of something better, because what they have is just like nowhere near enough to be happy and content. They are forced into a position where the Squid Game is literally their best chance at survival. And so congratulations, dumbass. You wanted to, you know, prove that people are smart and intelligent, and they are. They are literally taking a known gamble to improve their lives. You didn't prove anything. You just expanded upon an existing problem with classism and capitalism. Squid Game? Nah, I couldn't do it. Maybe American Ninja Warrior or Wipeout? Oh my god, I remember Wipeout. Wipeout was great. I mean, like, it wasn't, like, you know, as entertaining as maybe something like an American Ninja or a Squid Game. But, like, I would absolutely do a Wipeout. A Wipeout looks a hell of a lot of fun to participate in. Also, I got 9 out of 9. So let's go ahead and turn this in and we'll start heading out for stream. Which, hey, by the way, chat, I've got to redeem the raid redeem. So if you want to go ahead and help us out, help us find someone who's cool, someone who's fun to be around, someone who likes to stream maybe some MMOs, some card games, maybe they're trans or plural or poly or something like that. You know, we like to support our minority buddies over here. I would know. I'm also a minority buddy. We've got a new patch coming out tomorrow. Chat, if you play Final Fantasy 14, don't forget to update your computer. Don't forget, Shadowbringers is getting added to the free trial. Yay! Actually, hold on. Do I have enough room for this? I don't, actually. Shadowbringers, let's go! Sam, I personally might be lukewarm on Shadowbringers, but I am legitimately excited for you to get to play through Shadowbringers for the first time. Like, actually and for real. See, what was I working on? Was I working on... I got Shire. I need a new sword. I need... My gear. God, I don't... I need... double check Ninja, actually. Check Ninja, make sure that Ninja is... $35 accessories across the... Okay, yeah, we need pants. Okay, you're out. Grab the real quick. Real quick, because one of these is a stone equivalent. Okay, the Alexandric coat of scouting. Oh, everything but the chest piece. Or rather, I'm going to get the chest piece anyway because I put the scouting in. Yep, and then we'll go get Chloe back, and I'll buy that, and then we'll do this. And I'm just so I don't forget. Get the tomes, get the MG. We go back. We're gonna go back. We're gonna buy that and that. Buy the hat. Nope. I need to put all of this in. Then reglam. There we go. That works out. All right. Now that I've taken care of that, double head. No one hit the redeem, so we'll go ahead and see who is currently available. Let's see. Going up for Lucky inside. Okay. You know, Shadowbringers is a Lost Belt. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. That's not too far. Honestly, the Lost Belt approach is kind of what we're doing, starting with Dawn Trail. It looks like they're definitely doing a Lost Belt style setup here. Want to see what happens with John FF and his friends, maybe Grahatiel? Last time you played the MSQ, Estenia was doing things, TM? Yeah, that's about right. Alright. We're going to go ahead and end the YouTube side. So if you're on the YouTube side, thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to go ahead and end it here. But loop. And then over on the Twitch side, who am I following? That's